Definitely should have checked everything. Realistically. Never mind. That's not going to work. Yo, yo, yo. Just on here talking some sports. Mm-hmm. Just talking some sports. See a couple people's on here. If you want to bullshit some sports, well, I got the time before I get the little one. Not a lot of time, but a little bit of time. I need to bring my boy Foltz on here sometime. Just on here, I'm gonna talk some sports, NFL, whatever. Whatever you want to talk about, really. You bring it up, we'll talk about it. I don't know about all that. See if I can get some sports on the TV. I cannot believe we got banned from TikTok on the first thing, just from watching the freaking game on there. But wasn't even really watching it, it was in the background. So I think next time we're just going to try to like play what's happening in the background and like music of it, the voices, and not the actual game, and maybe just talk about it. Because we had a lot of people on TikTok watching us. A lot of people. See what is on live. Whoa, turn that thing down. Jamming up in here. Oh, LA Rod. He's on the Pat McAfee show today. Of course he is. Probably ready to play by week 12. He believes in miracles, and just because it ain't happened don't mean it can't happen. Well, whatever, I guess. I mean, you're not wrong, but I don't know if he's going to play or not. Let's see if guys I don't know about. That's weird. That popped up, but nothing else did. Me and Dan will be going live sometime in the next few days, probably. Talking about dog of the week, recap of NFL and college, some crazy games. This weekend be here for you now. Weekend will be here for you now. A couple people on here. No one commenting. They watching. Pretty good game last night between two garbage teams. Pretty good game last night besides two garbage teams. Sorry, King Tilly. I know your team is one of those and be will, but they're just not very good. They're just not very good. Sometime me and Den's gonna have to put in like halfway through MVPs, offensive, defensive, rookie. Have to do something. Hot seat, that's for sure. There's gonna be some coaches that's got to be on the hot seat. Whew. Not looking good. Not looking good. Well, Chicago, don't know what they're going to do. Titans, top 5 coach in league. Probably going to get fired. Sucks. Dan Carter last night saying, love is ass. Oh, my bros must be hard at it today. Just on here going to talk some sports. Someone wants to talk some. Just putting up content, really. Just putting stuff out, really. More is better. More is better. Even if it's really nothing. Even if it's just watching. But if I was on the talk world, there'd be people watching. I promise you that. If I was on the talk world, no, we got grounded from the talk world. See if I can go live on that. They're hostile. TikTok is hostile. Live access suspended. 5 more days. I am suspended from the TikTok world for 5 more days. That is crazy. That is crazy. 1331. What's up, Clarkson? It's like 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. That's crazy. We are banned from the TikTok world today. Not today, but it's been like 4 days. We are bad people, I guess. People can show their ass and everything else, though. I guess we can't watch a game. That's crazy. I'm watching a game, dude. We was watching a game on here and we got in trouble, I guess. Crazy. Can't show the people the game. Copyright. NFL. Dumb. So next time we're just going to have to put it behind us. Put the camera where you can just hear it and you can't see it. That is the next goal. Yeah, it's dumb, dude. But everybody else can do it, man. It's crazy. People make like 3 or 4 accounts to do that. It's just dumb. Makes no sense to me. Are you happy with your Buckeyes, Clarkson? Are you happy with your Buckeyes, Clarkson? Maybe I can bring you on here one day and we can talk about your Buckeyes. Anything you think they got to get better at? Yeah, but I mean in general, not versus them, not versus Maryland in general. I just mean, how do you look at them as a whole? I mean, I'm for sure a top 5 team, and I've been beating the Buckeye bandwagon. Maryland's good. I mean, Maryland had the most turnovers coming in. You know what I mean? From their defense, like taking turnovers. They had the most in college. They had like 9. Offensive line needs to get better. I agree. Got to give McCord some time. I mean, McCord's not a great quarterback, but I think if you give him time, he's got plenty of weapons to be good and to kind of develop. I mean, he's got to get game speed to develop for anybody to be good. He's only played a few games. Yeah, I mean, the running game is just not great. I don't understand it because you got decent running backs. It's not. I just ain't seen nothing like a wow factor. You don't have a wow running back, that's for sure. Everywhere else is pretty wow, but you don't have a wow running back. He has weapons and needs to look running the balls. Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got plenty of weapons to throw that thing. I mean, heck, I'm thinking at times line up a Buka or somebody a freaking running back. I mean, he's a gadget, dude. Put him there. I don't understand it. Henderson's throw out good, but our offensive line Yeah, I mean, and that could be it too. I mean, it could be it. Could be the offensive line real bad, but I don't know. Gonna have to get something fixed because you come up against some teams that's got a really good defensive line. You guys are gonna struggle. You got Penn State here soon. You think you got a chance versus Penn State? I mean, I know you got a chance, but are you going to guarantee a win versus Penn State? Does Penn State not impress you, Clarkson? What about you, Catfish? Does Penn State impress you? Have you watched much football? Penn State's a pretty good team. I think they are. I think Penn State's a pretty good team. I didn't look at the five here. They're good. I think they have a good running team. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's what I thought too. I thought they really just have a really good running team. And I think you guys can stop that. I really do. I really do. I think you guys can stop and run. They're good. It's going to be close. I see you by 3 or 7. Yeah, it helps. It's home, so that helps you. That definitely helps you. They didn't sneak Penn State up there, did they? I thought they was going to have 3 Big Ten teams in the top 5, but they didn't get Penn State the nod. They jumped Oklahoma all the way to 5. Holy moly! Georgia won. Didn't like our corners on Depot. Yeah, Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Ohio State 3, Florida State 4, Oklahoma 5, Penn State 6, Washington and Oregon 7 and 8. That is crazy. High State. High State's got what? Purdue this week? Got Purdue this week, Clarkson? That's scary, isn't it? Come on now. USC and Notre Dame. UCLA and Oregon State. Nothing real wow factor in this week. Oregon and Washington. That's it. That is the game of the week. I can't believe it's at 3:30. That is crazy. That is crazy. I think McCord has a lot of potential. Just got to get more. Yeah. But I mean, I don't think he's great. Let's be real. I don't think he's great. Who's Penn State? Penn State's got UMass. Then is it next week? Yeah, it's next week. Noon too. That's a noon game. Cannot believe they're putting Penn State and Ohio State a noon game. That is crazy. Who's the late game that day? 7:30 is Michigan and Michigan State. That's crazy. Utah and USC. I would definitely rather have Ohio State, Penn State, a late game. They got it at noon. That is dumb. That game would be sweet at 8 o'clock. OSU don't have. That's just dumb. I don't understand that. Oh, yeah. Tune's brother's good, Clarkson. He should have hit the transfer portal. Definitely. Should have hit the transfer portal. He should have said, peace out. I'm out. I'm good at Buckeyes. That makes no sense. Ohio State's not playing at night. That makes no sense to me. They still got the Duke and Florida State game to be decided at a time. But they got the Ohio State, Penn State at noon. That's dumb. Noon kickoff at the shoe. That's scary. Dumb. Whoever designs that stuff and makes up them schedules, I think we can do better. Very disappointing at times. Gene Smith shut the night games down last year. Really? I mean, is that like a for sure thing? He really did that? Like he don't want to have night games, and that is absolutely insane. I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, that's night games feel like fired up. I don't even like the Buckeyes, but damn, night game with their black jerseys. Whew. I'd like to be there to see that. I mean, I'd probably root for their team, but still like to be there to see it. I'd probably get pumped up at times when Harrison goes deep for like 70 yards and touchdown. You'd probably catch me saying, yeah. Oh, and I'm like, no. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. We need to go to another game. Yeah, we need to. I'd like to get a few people to go. It'd be hard to get a few people to go to a Buckeyes game, anyone I know, but still like to go. I like I like watching games. It's fun. Even if it's a team that's nobody, be a fun one. Yeah. Yeah, a little funny guy. That's what you want to say it. Funny. Funny he loved Lane. Lane, I love you, Lane. He was excited. He was excited for Lane Kiffin. I wish the Owls would have beat him that day though. Oh, he loved him. Lane heard him, I guarantee it. Lane probably met him after the game. They probably stayed in a hotel together. Clarkson is Michigan for real. Like Minnesota's coach, they probably did. Minnesota's coach said that is the best team he's ever seen, like orchestrated together ever since he's been a coach. That Michigan Wolverines team right now. Did you see that? He said that Michigan Wolverine team right now is like the best team he's ever seen. That's crazy. That's big words. That's big words. Very well disciplined. The best disciplined team he ever said. That's just crazy. He put out some stuff out there. Oh, that, that video of Kelsey going down is scary. What do you think, Clarkson? Michigan, yay or nay? Let's be real. No, I don't think so at all. I think quarterback is overrated, man. They got a good D, but offense ain't looking that impressive. Not a JJ fan at all. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think JJ's better than McCord, but it's not saying much. But I think JJ's better than McCord. I mean, I know JJ is better than McCord. That's I not think. I know JJ's better than McCord. They're definitely a top 10 team. Definitely. I mean, probably 7 right now. Probably should be top 7. Like ain't going this year like last year. I mean, he was hurt, but they got a lot of dogs at running back. They got a lot of dogs at running back. I mean, I bet he's still got a lot of yards. Maybe. I mean, I would be too. He's got 494 yards and 10 touchdowns right now. High University beat Bowling Green worse than what Michigan did. That don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing, Clarkson. Matchups are different. That don't mean nothing. Who beat who more does not mean anything to me. I mean, look what the Niners did to the Cowboys. Do you think that just means the Cowboys are terrible now? Do you think a team that was closer to the Niners are better than the Cowboys? Probably not. Come on. Let's be real. Let's be real. Corum is 27th in rushing yards right now. In all of college right now. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? Oh, I agree. And I mean, a lot of these teams have it. I mean, there's been a few. That old boy from Kentucky, that Ray Davis, he's a dog. He's ninth. Old boy from Texas is second. Notre Dame's third. I don't see no high state guys in there. Top 50. Top 50, no Buckeyes. Top 100. Oh, top 99, no Buckeyes. That sucks, Clarkson. That's a lot. There it is, 118th. Henderson comes in at 118. Too many. I agree. I mean, I understand that. Sometimes that's the way it is. Sometimes you got two-headed horsemen back there. You might as well run them. And I totally agree. Sometimes that's just what you do. And when you have I'm a wide receiver like Marvin Harrison Jr., you don't need to run the ball. You don't need to run it. Let him get 200 yards. Let him get 200 yards. Abu could get a good 80 to 125. That'd be plenty. That'd be plenty. But upset, they ain't used to back. I agree. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, Michigan and High State, they'll be playing some teams. Just it'll pan out. It will pan out. We will see where they end up at. Big Ten's got some teams in it right now, but they're going to play each other, and they will fade away. It sucks because they'll play each other at the end. Heck, play each other at the end, then they could be a one-loss team. They could get bumped out because of it, but I don't think so. I had a High State and Michigan both in there, and I got Michigan beating a High State first. High State beat Michigan next. After this week, I think they got Purdue this week. I think it's next week. Pretty sure they got Purdue this week. We're not going to know what they are after Purdue. But sometimes Purdue's tricky. Sometimes Purdue is tough to beat. I think it's Purdue this week. Am I right, Clarkson? Let me look. Let me look. Let me look. It's Purdue. Hey, J. John. Oh, you're good. Yep. So, yeah, you got Purdue, and then you got Penn State. So, you got one more warm-up. They always play you tough. But, I mean, every team's coming out of High State. Every team's coming at you 100%. I mean, you're a top-ranked team. Every team in your division, every team you play. I mean, it's just like Michigan and them. I mean, a lot of them teams are coming at you hard. I mean, you ain't been beat. You beat them 20 times out of the last 25 times. I mean, and sometimes you look over teams. I mean, High State, hopefully they're not looking over Purdue. I mean, I'd like for them to go undefeated to play Penn State and both be undefeated. That'd be cool. I think they win. I don't think they struggle versus Purdue. They do. I mean, you're not wrong, Jay John. They do. Clarkson's been upset a couple times over Purdue. I remember when the one like little wheelchair guy or whatever. It's hard to win by 40. Let's be real. I know everyone thinks that, but it's hard to win by 40. And these teams coming at you 110%. I mean, you got a young quarterback that ain't had much time to develop, so. It could get crazy. Oh, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I'd hate to follow your pages, bro. I would hate to follow the pages of your Buckeye fans because I would be drove freaking crazy. Hey, though, listen, Clarkson, J. John, I know you're in here and you're close. You're around Wellston. Leroy, noon, playoffs in Wellston, Saturday. You should come. He's been balling, dude. He's been balling. Refs came up to me at the end of the game and said, "Man, that kid's got some hands. He's got some hands." I said, "Yeah, he practices." Playoffs start. We ended the season 4-2. Playoffs start Saturday. It might be 1. I think it's 1. We play at 1 Saturday. We got to be there at noon. We play at 1 Saturday. It'll be a good one. It will be a good one. Leroy gets a few chances. I don't know. He gets some opportunities. He'll get some chances. He'll ball. He plays defense too, so he's got 2 picks on the year. Leads the team with 2 interceptions. Had a pick 6 2 weeks ago, but penalty on the team, and it got called back. But the interception stayed, so that helped. I might bring you some jerky. I have some. Well, not yet, but I will have some. We talked about making some. I'll be up in the box announcing, Clarkson. If you want to come up here and sit with me and Brandon Miller, I'll be up there announcing, talking about the boys and saying their name and on plays, and it's fun. It's enjoyable. It's enjoyable. The kids enjoy it. It's fun. Anyway, back to football here. Any NFL talk here? Justin Jefferson out for at least 4 weeks. That sucks. What does Minnesota do? Does somebody step up in Minnesota? Or do they crumble now? Do you just sell the farm? Ooh. Pull the hammy. Do you sell the farm? I think you sell it. I'll probably get rid of Cousins, start over. Get rid of a couple players and try to build a team. JJ's good. Yeah, I agree. Trade Cousins. JJ's good. Oh, CJ Stroud's good, dude. Oh, yeah. I mean, if you've listened to any of it, Clarkson, we've done pass the torch on to CJ Stroud now. The Ohio State torch for NFL quarterbacks is in CJ Stroud's hand. Den done gave up on Fields. He done threw in the towel. He said Fields is done. He's garbage can. Yeah, I say Jets are somebody rolling it, but Jets are rolling with what's his face right now, Zach Wilson. But they play Philly this weekend. Whew. The brotherly shove will be in full effect next Sunday. This Sunday. The brotherly shove. Field is good, man. Just needs something. I mean, he's got DJ Moore. Fields ain't bad. I mean, I'm not giving up on Fields yet, but I've seen some stuff and some plays that he is like, wow, why isn't he looking at this guy wide open, but he's over here and running and scrambling? I don't know. He might pan out. Give him a little bit more time. Probably next year. Give him next year. But they got to build a team. I mean, they ain't got a great team. You put him on Eagles and get rid of Hurts, it'd be way better. Absolutely. But if you put him on Kansas City with nobody but Travis Kelce and Pacheco, sorry, watching a little bit of TV, but I don't think it'd be as good. I think he has to be on a pretty good team, but I think you need to build a pretty good team. If FSU blows out Syracuse again, a high state win on the grind, do they get past? I don't know. Probably not. They'll probably just pan it out one more week and see what they do. You know what I mean? Because you could give it one more week regardless. But I mean, if Florida State would go in and mollywobble them by 70, and a high state squeak by, maybe. But I think if it's close, no, because you can just say, well, we got one more week, and if they beat Penn State, then they can stay there. So I think they wait, unless, like I said, unless Florida State comes in. But sometimes Florida State scares me. Sometimes they scare me. Sometimes Florida State scares me. They ain't proved to be 100% top 5 yet. I think they have the players to be. But They scare me. Dion. It's my boy Dion. I need some Dion glasses. Somebody should send us some Dion glasses. That's what I'm going to ask for on TikTok next once we get unbanned. Some Dion glasses. Someone send me some Dion glasses. They will too. We had some dogs on TikTok. I was commenting back and forth and hanging out and asking questions and running the show. We had some dogs on there. Travis Hunter should be back playing soon now. I don't know if he's back this week or not. I ain't heard. Colorado, Stanford, Oregon, Washington. Who you got, Clarkson? Who you got, Oregon or Washington? I ain't going to talk much about them because me and Dan will go over my opinions on it. But who you got, Oregon or Washington? I ain't going to feed all my information for this week. This week, Bengals is back up. Yeah, this last week. I think Burrow's getting a little more healthy. He's moving around a little bit. Washington, catfish on the Washington train. I like Oregon. I think Oregon's got a really good defense. I think they're pretty good. We'll see. That Michael Penix, whatever Ryan Ratchford wants to call him. He's pretty good. He is pretty good. That's Dan's Heisman pick, Michael Penix Jr. Joey looked more mobile. Yeah, I think he's getting his legs back under him, Burns. I really do. I think it'll be a good game. I really do, but I can't believe it. It should be a night game. Oregon, but I think Penix makes the top 3 Heisman. He should. I think Bo Nix does too. That's who my pick was. Best QBR rating this season. Number 1, J.J. McCarthy. Number 2, Michael Penix. Number 3, Dylan Gabriel. What do you think about that, Clarkson? Whew, best quarterback rating. J.J. McCarthy. That's what he thinks about your not very good quarterback. That's what he thinks about it. Trash. I knew you'd say that. Bo Nix is pretty good, though. Of course he did. USC's got what, Notre Dame? Dang. USC's got Notre Dame, Utah, Washington, Oregon, and UCLA all ranked teams in the next 5 games. Holy moly. JJ might win Heisman. He might. Could you imagine that? Clarkson would cry. Oh my God, he'd cry. I'd love it. He could be the number 1 pick. He could take Justin Fields' job in Chicago. Whew. I hate JJ. You're not a fan. Garner, oh yeah, he's a huge Michigan fan. Oh, I know he is. He's not. You know, one thing Garner's not a fan of: the brotherly shove. Garner hates the brotherly shove. He already told me he hated it. He said, I've seen him post that he hated it. He hates it. Garner hates the brotherly shove. I'm all for it. I am all for it. JJ might win Heisman. Could you imagine that? Clarkson, who do you think's the best football team in college right now? Oh, I know you do. I enjoy watching them. Who do you guys think is the number 1, 2? I mean, do you have Georgia at 1? I mean, do you really still think Georgia's the number 1 team? I mean, they're scary sometimes. They're scary. They've struggled. But they've lost a lot too. But man, they've struggled. Georgia has struggled. It's hard not to put them there though, just because how good they are. I mean, how many? Well, they've won 2 in a row. Do you believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Do you believe it? Georgia looked good this week. They did. Brock Bowers is a dog, dude. Brock Bowers is a dog. That quarterback they have now is a top 5 ugliest football player I've ever seen in my life. That guy is a creature that came from somewhere. He's decent. But my God, he'll never make the NFL because he's that ugly. NFL's quarterbacks are like, they try to make them like decent looking human beings. This guy, they're number one till you beat them. Always struggling and come playoff time. They turn to. I agree. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong, Catfish. That's what they usually do. They struggle some games, and then when playoff times, they just freaking dominate. I don't feel like it's the same team. I mean, their quarterback play's never been great, but it just seems like it's a different team. Like it's not that wow team right now. Georgia, OSU, Michigan, Florida State. It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue. Is the game back in Michigan this year, Clarkson? I think it is, right? The game back in Michigan this year. It was at Ohio State last year and you lost, right? Lost at Michigan, lost at Ohio State, now back to Michigan, right? Sure. 3 losses in a row. That's going to be hard to take. That's going to be hard to take. 3 losses in a row for Michigan is going to be hard to take. Sure. You're always ready. But it's going to be hard to take. You said the last 2 years, though, ain't going to happen. And it happened. I don't think Michigan and OSU both make it again. Just the winner. I don't know, though. I think if it's a close game, dude, it's hard not to put them both in. I mean, if they both go undefeated until one of them play each other, it's hard not to put them back in that. I don't know how you wouldn't. Because the other team ain't going to make it to the Big Ten championship. So, I don't know. I don't think you put them out of that. I mean, if Michigan beats Ohio State again, I mean, Ohio State still proved that they're still a good team. And, I mean, I still take – I'm not even going to say it. I'm done with the Ohio State love. How about we just leave it at that? Let's hope they fire Day after another loss to Michigan. Don't want to go, yeah, but, dude, Day's good. I know some of his play calling stuff's stupid, but, man, who else you going to get up there? I mean, realistically, who else are you going to go after? There's not a number. I mean, Ryan Day will get a job tomorrow. If he gets fired, he will get a job tomorrow. I agree with, yeah. I know they did. And some gashes at run, but they still got them dogs run that ball. They got Buddy Hayes, yeah. I mean, I get that, but I mean, bro, that's a and I mean, I think Ryan Day, whenever old dude got mad and was running his mouth saying that they wasn't very physical, that I think that Ryan Day kind of woke him up a little bit. I mean, he was mad, dude. He was fired up. It's Ohio against the world. If you ask him, it's always been Ohio against the world. Dion, could you imagine? He's scared when we first started the game, always second half team. Yeah. I mean, he definitely doesn't play aggressive, I don't see. Hell, I'd be slinging that freaking thing as soon as it started. I would. Go out, 3 wide, 4 wide, throw out ball. Dion's going to go somewhere in the next couple of years. It won't be next year. He'll stay at Colorado again. This boy will be there. Then he'll probably go to the NFL. He'll probably bounce somewhere. I don't know. Maybe he likes coaching kids. If he likes coaching kids, he'll go somewhere. But I could see him trying to go to the NFL and follow where his son goes. Shut up, Clarkson. That's the reason why I hate fucking Ohio State, because of you. Because you're the one, Ohio against the world. I hate that. I could have just peacefully enjoyed watching Ohio State football until I've had to meet you. I'd have been better off 8 years ago or 6 years ago, not even met you. You should have just stayed in pack out and just worked back there. And I wouldn't have had to worry about it. The Buckeyes would have been okay. Now they're annoying and I can't handle them. Now I just have an edge for them. Not true, Clarkson. Not true, Clarkson. Dale might. Todd might. That's about it. Enjoy the zen. We will be right back. All right, buddy. Watching this little marshmallow over fire. I know you didn't because you knew you couldn't. You knew realistically you couldn't say you was on because you would have just been dumber than what everyone thinks you are. Do you guys think 49ers is a team to beat? Do you guys think the Niners are the number one team in the NFL? I'd say so. I'd say the 49ers are probably the number one team in the NFL. That's hard to say because, I mean, Philly whopped them last year. Yes, them the Eagles, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I'm not beating the Eagles drum or nothing, but we're scary. Cowboys, Dak fell apart. Dak doing Dak things. I enjoy it. I enjoy really watching the Cowboys fall apart. But man, I just don't understand it. I really don't. I enjoy it and I love it, but I do not understand how. Just can it up there, Dak. I mean, they're loaded. Their roster's loaded. Their defense is loaded. Wide receiver room, very talented. Running back room, decent. Good. I mean, Dak puts up yards. I just do not understand. They are. Maybe they get rid of their coach. Maybe they get rid of their coach and trade for Sean Payton. Send Payton out of Denver. If that debacle falls apart, I hope not. My God, I'd hate Sean Payton in Dallas. That's what I was afraid of before. I'm glad he went there. I did not want Sean Payton in Dallas. Could not imagine that. That Denver's a mess. That Denver is a mess. Something needs to happen like tomorrow. I mean, Russ. I mean, you got to move Russ or something. Him and Sean Payton's already fighting. I mean, Russ had a bad year last year, so I mean, it's not Payton. Payton's a winning coach. You got to do something. Got to do something. Russ, he is, man. But dude, you gave up everything for him, like 2 or 3 first rounders, second rounder, third rounder. I mean, everything. You gave up everything for him. Big contract. Nobody's going to take it. Nobody's going to take that contract. You're going to have to cut him. There's no way. No way you take out much dead money. It's going to be like a Carson Wentz cut. You're going to eat it for 2 years. Yeah, I seen that. And it's so dumb. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he does that now because Peyton did say things would be different. He wasn't going to have that. But he did say that that they did say that when he was in Seattle that he had an agent. He had to talk to his agent. None of them had his number. Marshawn, Richard Sherman, none of them had his number. They had to talk. I mean, your star quarterback star wide receiver, star running back. I mean, that's just crazy. You figure them guys, they all should sync. I mean, you should go out to eat and hang out and do things together. You know what I mean? This guy you can't even talk to. That's crazy. Russ ain't cooking no more. He's not. His legs just ain't under him. Speed is different nowadays. This NFL speed is different. Me and Burns was talking about it today. It was just, I mean, the speed is different in the NFL now. It is fast. I was watching that Philly game, and the guy for the Rams, dude, their defensive end, they said he ran a 4.3. You know what I mean? There's like, oh, he closed in on Hurts fast. And they're like, yeah, that defensive end runs a 4.33. It's like, holy moly. No wonder some of these quarterbacks struggle when they get a little older or if they're not a mobile quarterback because you got a guy running at you that's 265 pounds, 280 some pounds that can run a 4.3, a 4.4 40. Holy moly. And if they get a clear shot on you, you're done in 2 seconds, 1 second. I mean, the rolling out left or right, blink of your eye and boom. I mean, that is crazy. Sports is way faster. It is. It is way faster. And that's why concussions and stuff are up. We got kids on the teams, on our teams that they get concussed and stuff and out for games. And man, it's terrible. Football is a violent sport, let alone putting people on it that can run that fast at that size. I mean, look at when they said Jordan Davis and them came in there. He was running like a 4.8 at like 6'8", like 300 pounds. It's like, holy crap, how can a guy move that fast? I would not want to be. I mean, look at if anyone. I don't know if anyone watched the Philly game and the Rams game, but when Jalen Carter grabbed Matthew Stafford and slung him around, holy moly! Jalen Carter is a dog. Jalen Carter is a candidate for dog of the week. Watch out for him. Jalen Carter, candidate for dog of the week. Carter is a dog. It is different. The old guys can't, man. The old guys can't. You ain't got your legs under you like them young guns do, dude. They are fast. They are fast. I agree, Dusty. You got to cut him. You got to cut him and go. I mean, yeah, maybe go for Caleb Williams. But hell, if you do, I mean, you don't even know if Caleb Williams will go to you the way the college and stuff is now. He said, "Oh, I make more money. I can make more money if I stay." I don't know, dude. There's a couple quarterbacks you can go after, but I mean, Russ ain't going to be it, so you might as well do something. You're going to fail anyway. You might as well do something. I trade the farm. I hate the Bengals as much as Michigan. I get it. I mean, Chase is definitely a candidate. Chase is definitely a candidate dog of the week. Not going to say who isn't dog of the week. Ain't going to go that far. Ain't going to go into it because I got to save that for the segment. But definitely Chase should be in Canada dog of the week. There's a few of them. That definitely could be in there. And my boy AJ Brown had a decent little game. He had a decent little game. DJ. There is plenty of dogs of the week candidates. And there's probably several in the 49ers game. I mean, you could even put Purdy in there. Purdy could even be a dog of the week. Could you imagine Brock Purdy? Leroy about to be a dog of the week. Leroy could be a dog of the weekend. You know who really could be a dog of the week, Clarkson? I know you're really, really into high school football. Usually, and I encourage you to watch them. But there is they don't follow none of this or nothing. But Hunter and Mason Collins, they're Collins boys that play for Wellston Rockets, dude. And one of them had like 23 tackles Friday night. He had like 23 tackles and like 2 sacks. That boy is a dog. He should be my candidate. He is a candidate and on my top 3 dog of the week out of the Wellston Running Rockets. Guaranteed. Dog of the week, Collins. Guaranteed for the Wellston Rockets. Kid's a dog. Let me tell you. That kid is a dog. Them Collins boys. Sheesh, them Collins boys are dogs. Dude, let me tell you, there's one of them plays a running back and one of them plays a linebacker. Hunter Collins, Friday night had 22 tackles and 3 sacks and got hit of the game tonight. Sheesh, that is crazy. 22 tackles, number 54 for the Wellston Rockets. They're good, dude. They're good. I mean, they play well. They've won a few games. Kid is a dog. He would definitely be in consideration for dog of the week. Hunter Collins out of Wellston, Ohio. I think Wilson's got a home game this weekend. I think I'm going to just watch them again. I like them Collins boys. I always talk to them. They umpire games and stuff. They actually umpired Leroy's game Saturday. They umpired Leroy's game. They got their license and stuff to umpire. And they umpire his games in baseball and stuff. Them kids are always involved in sports and everything, and they are well-grown men. They are. They have developed into good kids. It's fun to watch it. God, I wanted Caleb Williams. Of course, the Raiders win. I bet you do. Caleb Williams would be good there, man. Yeah, they're twins. Clarkson. They are twins, and they are dogs, dude. Matt King Tilly, he would be good there. He would be good there. But unfortunately, I think the Raiders are going to fall apart. I think they're juniors. Clarkson. Maybe sophomores, but I think they're juniors. Defense looked decent. Yeah. Really, for having some I don't want to say some scrubs and the DBs. They got a boy from the Philly that he was a scrub, really. But they played well. I know you do. And it sucks to say that, really. But, man, I'm afraid that, like, Adams and them's going to want out. Unless, like, somebody, like, grabs them and says, hey, we're building a team here. You know what I mean? We just ain't found our guy yet. But, I mean, you got Jacobs and them. You got some really good players, but I'm afraid that they just don't believe in Daniels and them. I think that they're going to be like, I'm out. You better get rid of me or I'm not going to play. You better get rid of me or I'm not going to play. And then it sucks. Then you go get a quarterback and it's like, oh, well, we don't have nobody. Now we got a bunch of Joe Blows to throw to and run the football. That's the only thing that sucks with that. I got about 5 more minutes, so I got to go get Leroy if you guys got any more conversations. Missing the top nickel corner in the NFL. Hey, no, yeah, I don't know about all that. Top nickel, probably out. Avonte Maddox, probably. Matt King Tilly, when you going to come on here and talk, buddy? It's about time. I'm sure the notes are ready. I'm sure you're ready. I'm ready to have you on here. Adam said he's there for long term no matter what. I hope so. I really hope so. I like Adams, man, but he just seems miserable. Said he got to give him the ball and stuff, but he ain't gonna get the ball with Garoppolo. It's not gonna happen. I mean, that's just the way it is. You know what I really bet? Dale Nelson's dumb. He can't play sports. I'll be on soon. Denson maybe Thursday. Nice. But I know Den probably really, really upset about Gardner Minshew coming in through another win. They can't figure out how to stop the brotherly shove, so they're going to ban it. Oh, for sure. For sure. If they're not going to ban it, they're going to ban where you can't shove from the back. And I still think even if you ban where you can't shove from the back, I still think Jalen Hurts 9 times out of 10 or 8 times out of 10 is going to get it. I mean, the dude squats 600 pounds. That is a difference maker. If these guys are in the air jumping and they're like on top of people, you can get pushed around. You know what I mean? And you have an ex-rugby guy at left tackle that's a 6'8" monster. They used to play rugby. That if you know anything about rugby, they get down on these little crazy stands. You know what I mean? These guys got it figured out. Other teams try it. They just can't get it as good as we get it. That's fine. The brotherly shove. I love it. I got to get a shirt and a picture hung up of the brotherly shove. I love it. Minshew's good. I don't know about that. He's okay. He's a good backup, but he's a lot of hype. That's for sure. He's a lot of hype. That's for sure. Well, guys and gals, it was fun talking to you for close to an hour. Good conversations with some of you. I appreciate it. He'd be great in Washington. No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't be great in Washington. Sam Howell's probably just as good as he is. Appreciate your time. No, not go Bucks. Go Bucks this weekend. They can win this weekend for sure. But next weekend versus Penn State, I'd like for them to lose. Or it'd probably be more interesting going into Michigan undefeated and then get your heart broke again. That would be nice. We'll end it on that. Bucks go to Michigan, get beat. We'll end it on that. Peace out, guys and girls. That's what I like, King Tilly.